It's me, your casual internet acquaintance, Negatron. Captain Sekata. Get him on.
Almost satanic
Almost
kind
satanic.
hey, you came back at like I'm over here explaining to everybody, like what we're about to get into today. Um
Super satanic stuff today. Get ready.
Wait, well, no. I was saying that wow. Hey, what's up, Tron?
Hi.
Um what I was saying was that Moog is painted in this like almost satanic light, like he I don't think that he's as evil as they would lead us to believe is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Also, I knocked on your stream, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can
did
knock
you?
again.
Let's see
I'll
if.
knock again.
Oh, there it is. It's one of those things where the Twitch interface on the stream manager is just poopy awful. Not good.
Oh, I understand, brother. I understand. Let me know once you've accepted it so I can
Yeah, there we
do the
go.
share chat stuff. But yeah, what I was saying was I don't think that
I
Moog
did it.
is the awesome. Let me start it. Yo, what's up, Tron's chat?
Hi.
um, but yeah, I don't think that Moog is this evil entity that the game would outwardly have us believe that he is. Um, so that was one of the things that I wanted to kind of like pick your brain about because I've been very we're finally getting to something that I have been curious about for a long time, which is Moog and Mikola. And like one of the questions I asked you when we first started like getting into this was like, so who were the good guys? um and the way that they would depict Mikola almost makes it seem like Mikola could be that, quote unquote good guy. But, some things that we end up finding out in the DLC point to otherwise. So I have been very curious. I've been very anxious to get to this portion of our lore through. Because I wanted to hear your thoughts on that. I wanted to hear your thoughts on Moog and Mikola, and just as we get through some of these things that we get through. So, yeah.
Oh well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, as far as good guys, yeah, not a lot to be found, right? It it's more like varying degree, like a varying factions vying for power, not necessarily aligned with morality, kind of deal. Uh,
Right.
but like, yeah, Moog is definitely presented visually and narratively as a villainous character, right? He has
Mm-hmm.
the appearance of an omen, and unlike his brother Morgott, who's like, you know what, I'm going to worship the Erd Tree anyway, even though it curses me. Moog is the opposite. It's like, no, 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 this curse is bullshit, and uh, and the Erd Tree sucks for it and everything. So I'm going to start my own order, and so yeah, we have the situation where Mikola is kidnapped mid process, apparently, from what's happening in the Halig tree, which was apparently America sponsored effort to grow a whole new life tree apart from the current root system, which has something to do with why shit ain't working right. Uh, and yeah, we end up, finding out that Moog kidnaps Mikola, the eternally childlike demigod, uh, which of course everybody draws gross implications about and everything. Uh, and we learn a little bit about Mikola in how Mikola was trying to create salvation for those who were spurned by grace, in particular the Albinurics. Uh, and we even see Albinurics in metamorphosis within the Halig tree, and we see Mikola himself was undergoing metamorphosis within the Halig tree, presumably to overcome his curse of eternal youth, right? So he could, achieve his full potential as a demigod, I guess, is the idea. Uh,
Okay.
and so,
Um, Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, so Moog captures them and runs away, understanding that Mikola is an Empyrean. Now, do you remember? This is a term that has a specific meaning in this game. You remember what that is?
Ronnie is also an Empyrean, if I
Mm.
recall,
Yep.
and so is Marika, right?
Yep.
So like Empyreans have to have a shadow, right?
Well, they don't necessarily have to have one, but there's a more defining characteristic of an Empyrean. Like, what's the point of one?
Aren't they basically supposed to be like next in line for, I guess, God
Yeah, they're
position,
potential
if you will?
gods as chosen by the two fingers. Now, this is like the specific definition of it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a demigod who is a candidate for godhood, and that candidacy is as chosen by the two fingers. Now, that's the only criteria we know for 100%. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be coincidence that okay, it's just all the current demigods who are America's offspring, so of course they're the top contenders, or it has to do with that bloodline, or something else because the two fingers at one point chose America to begin with, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a chicken and egg thing when it comes to it. But at any rate, Mikola's an Empyrean. Moog knows this, and the whole idea behind Moog kidnapping Mikola is, in theory, he's going to complete the godhood ritual with, or, have Mikola complete the godhood ritual with Moog as his lord, thus create, giving Moog, the title of Elden Lord, Mikola as the god of a new, you know, era of blood under a new order of blood, yeah, under the formless mother. And so that
Okay.
was
Okay.
apparently his aim. And we showed up here, and he kidnapped Mikola during Millennia's absence when he went to go, or when Millennia went to go defeat Radon.
Beef with Radon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Moog takes the opportunity, snatches Mikola away, and I guess puts him onto this Ahir pelvis here, right? How you doing, Court?
What's up, Court? Also, Yuki, please let me know what your favorite, all-time favorite Souls boss is since it's in this DLC.
Oh,
I
okay,
know I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
that a
do it.
minute ago, and I saw that message and wanted to point that out. Hope you're doing well, Court. But as you were saying, Court, blah blah, Tron, too many names.
That's okay. We're all pals. Um, and so yeah, Moog takes Mikola, puts him here on this Ahir pelvis, and I guess liquefies himself in as blood so he can share Mikola's body in effort to become his consort to trigger godhood in Mikola and get this whole blood dynasty thing going. Thank you for subscribing to Captain
Hey,
Sekatai Courthouse.
thank you so much for the sub, bro. Appreciate the heck out of you. Enjoy your emotes as well as your commands. We do have some, nice fun redeems that will probably rotate out soon. So I still have them on command, things like the Zoro slash and the Sanji simp, but those are gonna rotate out of redeems. So for those of you subscribed, you'll get to that nostalgia. You still get to have it. And those for those of you not subscribed, hey, that's it. Saying if you like the nostalgia, you might want to do it. So, as you were saying, Ron.
No problem. I'm happy for the Subaru. So yeah, so that's Moog's whole plan, and it seems as if he's been here in consort with Mikola's body ever since. Because apparently removing him from the Halig tree at that point in the process killed Mikola. And Courthouse is subbing over
Homie,
here.
let's
What's up,
go. Let's
Courthouse?
go.
Everybody
Thank you for
follow
subbing to the
Courthouse.
homie. It's over there if you're looking for the camera, baby girl.
He's a steadfast pal on the platform. You know what I mean? Get to know Courthouse.
Absolutely. The man is an absolute unit. Oh dear.
Oh, there we go. We gonna go wild because the chat double up. Whatever.
Yeah, love it. Love to see it.
we're serious about following courthouse.
Do it. Do
Yeah.
it now.
But yeah, to carry on. So yeah, and it seems like Moog has been here ever since, and presumably that took place relatively early during the Shattering War. And in any case, Millennia went nuclear at Radon. The reasons for Millennia's campaign against Radon are mysterious, right? Why
Yeah, still
did
don't
she
completely
front
understand
on
why she went to war with Radon.
and like so okay, there's like the obvious reason, like okay, the Shattering War was on, and claiming Radon's Great Rune would basically cinch the deal from Mikola because Radon's the strongest demigod, and if they can beat him, then everyone else will fall in line. Is like the strategic theory behind it, right? But it also
Right.
leaves Mikola dramatically vulnerable to, say, being kidnapped by fucking Moog. So
Yeah,
it
that would
seems
that would do it.
it seems weird that Mikola would order Millennia to go attack Radon, which he did, and and leave
Does
himself vulnerable that way. But here we are.
well, question. Does Mikola have some sort of
Mesmer the
Mesmer the
Impaler.
Impaler?
Mesmer
Let me
rules.
I got a story to tell you about the first time I fought and beat Mesmer the Impaler. I'll be real now. Um after we get through a little bit more of this, I was about to say something. That's what I was gonna ask. So I had a question. Do you think Mikola has some sort of prophesaic power, possibly? And I ask because it's like you're posing a really good question, which is why would Mikola order Millennia to go and do these things unless possibly this was either some sort of foresight going on where he wanted the events to take place the way that they did in order to achieve some other greater end, or maybe he's just a super mastermind. Like I'm just thinking like
You're
it
wondering
seems.
why Mikola would make such a strategic blunder, or if perhaps it was his intent for this to happen. Well, that's the mystery right now when it comes to entering the Shadowlands. And we have a Needle Knight Leda here, who was a esteemed member of Mikola's Royal Knights, and she's come at his beckoning and to assist others who are apparently also here at Mikola's beckoning. That's you. And to help them fulfill what must be your purpose in being here, Captain, which is to assist kindly Mikola in his aims. So why don't we go ahead and get to that? I don't know if you want to try talking to Leda again, or I suppose your world is open.
Yep, I've been waiting for you this whole time.
Oh,
And
sorry.
while I
I've
wait
been
for you to
standing in
connect,
front of the pelvis, so I don't know where you've been
no
standing.
worries. I've been standing in a spot doing the thing that I always do, which is posing because I got an aura farm. But let me tell you all this story while we wait for trying to get over here. Let me tell you all this story about me and Mesmer the Impaler. So at first when I started playing the DLC, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so hard. I don't understand." And then I started to understand the DLC, right? So I didn't after I understood how it worked, I had no trouble until I got to Mesmer. When I got to Mesmer and got him down to his second form in the first try, and he blitzed me, snakes all over
Things
the
got
screen,
real.
just like I was just like, listen, the scream I scrumped, the screams that I scrumped, and the victory just like roar when I beat him. It was the same with Radon, which I can't wait to discuss
Oh,
lore wise when we get to
lordy,
that point.
lordy,
That's gonna be
lordy.
freaking amazing. But um, yeah, yeah, Mesmer's pretty awesome. So
And there's so much to unpack about
good.
Mesmer, but so far we haven't really encountered signs of Mesmer until we're about to. But real quick, before we venture forth, let's examine the arena that Moog was calling the seat of his dynasty here.
Don't mind me,
It's
I'm more farming.
it's ancient dynasty in construction. We can tell by the style of columns and how they're stacked, the state of their weathering, and the presence of Eldon John here, aka the Dynast, and he's in significant numbers, right? We got eight of them.
Mm,
Eight is
literally.
actually a significant
An
number.
important number in this game because it's
Damn
the
it.
same as the we saw it in the Divine Tower with
Yeah,
the like pieces of meteorite.
yeah.
Didn't you say that's also in the eye
It's
and
in yeah,
the
it's also one of the
fire
common
giant?
it's one of the common quantities of circles surrounding a greater circle in Fell God imagery and indeed in the manifestation of the Fell God in the fire giant himself. Hmm. And
Sorry if I stole your thunder.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, you're good. I took a sip of coffee. And this whole building here has these channels, these ductworks built into the place that seem to channel magma.
He read my mind before I could ask it, chat.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely looking at these like, we don't see these anywhere else, I don't think.
I mean,
I
we'll
don't
keep our
think.
eyes peeled the next time we're in ancient dynasty settings, to see if these grooves do something else when they're not filled with magma, because normally the column work isn't on fire either.
Yeah,
But
true.
we
It makes me
see
wonder.
I
Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to point out one detail about these. Well, there's a couple details about these Dynast statues, besides their quantity. They're a little bit degraded from apparently smoldering here, and they're missing the feet. Other
All of
depictions
them.
of him have the feet. And what is
True.
in place of his legs?
Vines or roots
Roots,
and
yeah.
a column.
I think the roots are the end, right? Well, and what do columns do but provide a support and structure. But
Facts. Facts.
but yeah, so this might be a later depiction of this guy, like over the course of whatever his history was. In the DLC, we'll run across what's probably his initial depiction. The statues we're familiar with on the surface that have the two tablets and are basically identical to this, except there's feet and the other tablet at his foot.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
those ones are from like a middle period, and these ones must represent like his latest
Later
period,
period.
right?
Okay. So like his evolution, basically.
Yeah, yeah. At least to some degree, or it could be interpreted that way.
Okay.
Anyway,
Interesting.
Moga, seems to have wanted to legitimize his dynasty by, utilizing his own lineage as Marika's child, along with Mikola, if child of different parentage, and the seat of this ancient dynasty, I guess. Can't really say what this place was used for by the ancient dynasty necessarily, but suffice it to say,
mean,
it's stunning enough to pull off the job of perhaps making a grand court and throne room out of it.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm not sure that I would. Uh, I guess this could be a throne room, but that's not really. This gives me religious vibes.
Well,
Like
consider
this.
the setting of the Elden Throne and tell me it don't goddamn religious vibes.
That's fair. That's very fair, actually. But I guess I feel like this is more a temple than anything. Like this. This is like. I wish that I was good with
Oh, like its
geology.
original purpose,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
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 okay,
yeah.
oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm with you on
Yeah.
that 100%. This building's original purpose was a definitely not intended to be constructed for Moog as the seat of his empire or his dynasty, but it was definitely not even constructed as a throne, and therefore probably not the seat of an empire or a previous dynasty. It had some other purpose,
Yeah,
probably
this would be
religious,
like
as you
the
say.
kind of yeah, I was gonna say this I because from up here, I imagine Eldon John would be speaking down to the masses at the bottom of the stairs, preaching the Eldon John gospel, if
Well,
you will.
here, let's edit that a little bit. Instead of it being the man himself depicted in the statues, it would definitely be a true believer, leader of the sect that venerates him. Because at the point of them building statues of this guy, it's likely he was already ancient history.
It's, I mean, it is likely, but let's also take into consideration like the I guess you could say like mythos we're working with here, right? Like who knows how long, because we don't know what Elden John is, right? Like if he's a fire giant, right? He could live for I don't know what thousands of years
Well, I
easily,
mean, nah,
right?
well, we got to kind of remember that this is Elden Ring, and there's no telling what anything's lifespan is really. Uh, especially
That's a
when
very
when
good point.
considering, the sequestration of the Rune of Death and how it even worked when it wasn't sequestered and all that jazz. And so, like, yeah, we could really get into
True.
the deep speculation about it, but yeah, definitely this place was some kind of place that people gathered to remember this big guy and to really, really
Yeah.
remember him because there's 8 of them.
Yeah, literally. Like
Yeah, and he's built
yeah.
into the structure, so that's how we can tell it's original to the structure and not something
Ooh,
added
hold on. Oh,
later.
now I'm curious. Can we see on the like back part of it? Is there any good
Uh,
place where we could kind of see
I
the back
mean,
part?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Hold on, hold on.
Oh,
You
now where'd
kind
you
of can
go?
see it.
Oh,
I'm
here you
like
go.
over here. I'm trying to find the perfect angle. It's like over here-ish somewhere.
Can we just
But
go
you can
outside
kind of
over here?
see.
Oh,
Can
nice.
we? I'm gonna
Kinda.
be real with you.
Eh.
I feel like death awaits us if we try this.
Oh, I wasn't getting too froggy with it. All right, let's
Just
see.
to, be clear. But yeah, no, so you can kind of see it. And I do, yeah, there's no way that I can't imagine that being built like without it being the original intended structure.
Right.
Because it's built in such a way where he's like, I hate to use this word considering the game, but like grafted into the column.
Ah, now lean
I
into the
hate the fact.
terminology. Oh shit, hold on. Draculair has a certain redeem. It's pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Please, everybody, get ready for an instant memory and type into the chat, please. Fuzzy Burning John. Yeah, that doesn't sound weird. All right, let's. All right, I'm going for a
Hey, hold
real
on, I
low
gotta.
angle, Captain. So if you're gonna have to get real close to me to be in frame. There you are. You're in frame there. Yeah, we'll do something silly. Where it says, "Hey, mom." All right.
Does that one last? Does that one last? It doesn't last. Okay. About.
Well, here I can call it out, and then you can do whatever pose you want.
I gotta also type in fuzzy burning John, bro.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
go for it. Type it in first,
Okay.
one thing at a time.
Fuzzy burning John. Thank y'all for participating in this screen redeem done by none other than the friendly internet acquaintance Tron,
All
the
right,
man.
going once, going twice.
Hey.
Oh, we got it. Let's see how that snapshot turned out. It's a Discord gimmick, gang. If you want to join a Discord and do Discord things, I like it. I'm totally flicking my cape in such a way to where it's fully obscuring you, Captain, like as if I did it on purpose.
Ooh. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm running away now.
Listen, I know you wouldn't be too enthused about it, but it's a great photograph. Thank you, Draco Lair. Today is July
He'll never find me, Chad.
2020 July.
He'll never find me.
Oh shit, he's hiding. All right, I'll go find him. Thank you, Draco Lair. Wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest memories. I'll post that Well, why right now? Why am I dragging feet? All I have to do is
Daddy
click and
is
drag.
behind there.
Oh, she's giving up your position, Cap.
No, no, she's not. What do you mean? She wouldn't. My daughter wouldn't do that, right? No.
Okay, all right, there. Wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the fondest of memories. And thank you for
Where's Ryan?
hanging out with us for Elden lore, where I do go on. All right. Okay. All right. I'll even post that on the internet later, beyond my Discord. All right,
What
Cat.
is
Well,
it?
you want to get this show on the road and go to see what
Oh, time
that
for me to beat things up.
maybe.
Time, time for me to do what I do best.
Do you got any more a dialogue with Lida?
Let me check. Hold on.
I'm gonna check my
Maybe.
dialogue with Lida.
Come now, touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of
You're not
shadow.
supposed to give away
I will
my
not be
secret.
far
Shh,
behind.
that's my secret hiding
May we
spot.
meet again.
That's my secret. That's my secret
Okay,
hiding
so
spot.
yeah, so Letta's basically like surprise. Mikola's actually still okay and in the land, well, okay, I guess, but in the land of shadow, and we can get there ourselves to help kindly Mikola just by touching that arm over there.
Touch the hand. Touch it. Touch it. Okay, let me. I swear Mesmer is heavily inspired by Vlad the Impaler.
Correct.
Uh,
That is correct,
and
Yuki.
that reminds me, earlier this evening, I watched The Princess Bride for the first time at the Friends Discord. Ooh, it's a good movie.
Princess Bride is good.
Where are you, Tron? It's scary here alone. Uh, uh,
Inconceivable.
oh, hey, there's Tron. I wasn't scared. What you talking about?
Keep
I
using that
laughed in the
word.
face of danger. Oh man. Okay, so can we just take a minute
Wow.
before we venture out and just look at the majesty that is the Shadow Earth Tree. Now,
Uh,
try and tell me this is not spooky as heck. You can't, because it's spooky as heck.
it is
Looks like a
though.
whole curtain is draping over the entire tapestry of the world, if you will.
A literal veil. America's
Yes.
veil. This is actually what's depicted in statues of America with the big swirling veil behind her.
Mm. So
So
the
where are
first
we, huh?
question is, how the heck does this exist? What is this? Is this the Halig tree that he was working on?
Nope. This is the Shadu tree. It's spelled SCADU tree, but pronounced Shadu or Shadow, Shadu tree.
Hmm.
And it's the literal shadow of the Erd tree, hence the title of the DLC. And either took its current form or came into existence at the same time the Erd tree did as America's ascension occurred. Now, completely possible this tree predates the Erd tree and late because it's actually sort of two trees. You can
It
kind of
does look
see
like two trees kind of like twisted together in
there
a
is
weird
indeed
kind of
one
way.
tree twisting around the other and actually causing the crack and breach where golden sap apparently pours. So
Uh,
this is like a for real natural tree still, well, quote unquote natural tree that yields sap, unlike the Ur tree we're familiar with in the world of the living. Or well, I guess it's the world of the living, the lands
grab a
between
Capri Sun.
proper.
Serenity. Go grab a Capri Sun. Stop. I'll let you have some of it. You can't drink all my drink.
And it's in this place, and that the secret to America's ascension is held. Now, here's the thing about America, right? America is referred to as the eternal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so like, what does it mean to be eternal if you can look back and point to a time and places and things before you were even a factor? things. You know what I mean? Like, you're not eternal. There was a point in time before you, right? And so part of
Right.
America's whole deal is the literal rewriting of history to make it seem as if it were just her the whole time.
When in actuality, there's plenty of proof that it's not the case.
Right. And indeed, her rise to power was an act of usurpation rather than, you know, a thing that was meant to go down. She
Divine
basically,
providence.
yeah, she basically hijacked a super high-end ritual designed to create a god and basically stepped in kind of last second-ish and made sure she was the one it hit, kind of.
Okay. Could you repeat the last part, my
Oh,
daughter?
I was saying that she actually usurped a ritual to create a god and kind of stepped in place last second sort of deal to make sure the ritual worked on her.
Oh,
And this
oh.
is that
So she's
cutscene.
like Kefka. So she's like Kefka.
Kinda,
Ugh,
kinda.
ugh, ugh. My detest for her cannot
uh,
possibly grow any stronger than what. Oh my god, she's like Kefka. I'm
well, here,
disgusted.
that's not important. What is important is, do you remember that cutscene that they showed for the DLC trailer?
Oh, do you wanna? I'll pull your stream up if you wanna
Oh, okay, cool,
pull it
yeah.
up and
I'll pull it up.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, hold on. Here's what I'll do. Can you send me a link so I can share it on my side as well?
Uh, yes, I sure will.
Okay. Or you could share
Most.
it in Discord. Think about it. There are options, is what I'm trying to say, and and realizing I'm presenting you with too many at the same time.
That's
Would you be
okay.
cool sharing it in Discord so I could share
Peggy
my
16.
screen?
All right, here we go. All right,
Oh.
do you... All right, so how do we want to do this?
You share your screen in Discord, and I will
Okay,
share that.
I will.
Okay.
All right,
Um.
first.
Also, Yuki, happy early birthday. I'll be also be sure to tell you it next month on your birthday. But that is good to hear. Do you have anything special planned? All right, I'm ready. Let me know when you're sharing.
Second, I'm setting it up on my streamo.
No worries. Let me also go ahead and set it up on my stream. My stream is serene.
All right, and now I
Just
can
load this
share it on Disco.
It's gonna
Share
need to
screen.
Oop.
This is good
And
because I'm gonna have to
then
remember how all this shit works for PSI Hopes 5.
oh yeah, look at you learning things. I'm so proud of you.
Ooh.
Oh,
All
there
right.
it is.
There's my
There's the stream.
screen. I mean, I guess I have to crop it or whatever.
Nope, nope. That's all fine. That's all fine. I just gotta give me a second so I can put it where it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be.
But Captain, I'm scared.
And then you'll be all right. I promise.
Okay.
Trust me. I got this.
Okay.
Okay. We will hang tight, chat. I got y'all.
We're gonna review
Stay.
a piece of cutscene that is in. Because the thing with Elden Ring is the launch cutscene, or like the launch trailer and the reveal trailers for the games, both the base game and the DLC, are considered canon, and they don't appear in the game, so you have to go watch them.
All right. If you want a full screen this bad boy, brother.
Full screen this bad boy, bro. That might actually interfere with what I'm doing.
Oh. Well then,
Hold on.
do what you do, bro.
No, hold on. I got this. I got this. I got it. I got it. I got it. Does that work?
Yeah, we're
All
getting
right.
peak optimal viewing enjoyment experience
You know what? You know
right
what I
now. Let's
said?
do
I
this.
said, you know what? I can do it. I can actually format this proper. All right, here we go. Shadow of the Erd Tree gameplay reveal trailer. I better actually turn off the volume of my game. Whoop! There you go. Sound mixer. Here we go. Action. Is it coming through all right? Volume wise?
Yeah, it's coming through for me. Let me make sure. Yep. Okay.
Pure and
Chad, if you
radiant,
can't hear it, let me
he
know.
wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
Ooh, that's a good line.
There is nothing more terrifying.
Thank you, Melding Son.
Wait, is this the right trailer?
In that forsaken place.
If not, we
Blood
can
must
watch the
spill.
next one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Blood of your fellows. The Earth Tree faithful.
This music is too good.
It's pretty good.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Oh wow.
Not the lampreys. Jesus.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing here.
I am keen to know.
We are all
Those stripped of
Oh.
the face of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
All right, well that's the hype trailer.
okay.
All right,
We
here.
may want to. Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, so I guess make your source invisible for a minute, if you would.
Okay. Yeah, my computer is wigging out because I still have Elden Ring open.
Very upset.
Yeah, my computer is very.
Ah, here it is. Story tree. Captain, you survive.
Hold on. Hold on. My computer is out. Y'all give me just a second. I always forget that it does this with Elden Ring. If I have Elden Ring open, it's having anything else open.
It's all kinds of cranky. Uh-oh. And then we went and tried to get fancy.
Yeah. Hold on.
Good news, though. I have the proper trailer queued up so you can make my source visible again and whenever you want. Whenever, forever together. I don't know. Uh-oh. The cabin get nuked. They shoot down the cabin. Ah. Oh, he dropped off the Discord call. All right, he's resetting, reassessing. Waiting to see if he jumped back on the call. Courthouse asks, when is the proper time to start the Erdtree DLC story-wise? The way it is, it's basically any time will work when you can actually access it. They made it kind of handy that way. At a minimum, Radon needs to be down. And of course, Moog. And usually, in order to do that, you'll have had to have beaten Margot also. So the intended point of Divergence in a straightforward playthrough would be to proceed through the game, get at least 2 great runes, go to Landel, challenge Margot, encounter the thorns at the Erdtree entrance, uh, and the point where it's like, okay, now go to the Forbidden Lands. That's when you can go to the DLC.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch on my phone, because my
Oh,
computer went poop.
oh no! The whole stream die?
No, no, my whole computer died.
Oh
My
no!
computer went, "Oh, no, I don't like
Oops.
this." And both of my screens went black. So I'm booting everything back up right now. But I have to stop forgetting that when we're playing Elden Ring, that my computer is not okay with doing more than just playing Elden Ring, especially if I'm streaming. Um, so give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But
I just
yeah,
told chat. Technically, our chats are still connected, so they should be able to read that message I just sent. Hopefully,
okay.
hopefully. Or I
Love
don't
you
know.
guys. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. For those of you who can still hear me. That
Copy
was so
died
funny.
for
And I knew it was
capping.
happening and it started happening. I knew exactly what happened as soon as it started happening. It's actually pretty hilarious. Like, dude, so many times after like I'll be getting off of the stream and be like, all right, cool, let me, do the thing, and then I'll still have Elden Ring running, but because it's not open, I won't realize that that's, you know what I mean?
Well, that this
Like,
danger
my,
exists.
yep, and so my computer will start freaking out. Back on the PC.
Oh wow, there we go. Sounds like other sec just came in. Like, hi other sec. I was just talking to Captain Sextai.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? I miss 1080p sec. 1080p sec. What?
Uh,
All right, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot that my computer does not like for me to do anything other than stream and play the game. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and yep, we are back. What I'm gonna do is where did I put it?
I think we got to
Where's
reconnect
the
chats.
yeah, I'll get all of that situated. I need to add the display capture again and then reformat it. Yep, we back. All right, yeah. We gonna get this straight. We gonna get this situated, guys. All right, and then got to get that back to where it was, which is right here for right now.
Notice I have
And
my work
then
coat on over there. I need to take that off.
let me open up. So what I will do is we'll watch this trailer and then we will get back to the game.
Oh right.
That way my PC does not have a freaking conniption and die and shut everything down. So let me make sure the Discord audio is good too, because I don't see it coming through. Oh man, you get used to the chaos. You really get used to the chaos. It's just kind of like, yep. Another stream. Par for core at this point. Thank you for the meat redeem. I appreciate it. Let me see what else. Oh yeah. Other streamer things. Hold on. Let me knock on your door, your streamer door, figuratively speaking, of course.
Who is it?
You know who it is.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Come on in.
Yeah. It's like, welcome.
If you're gonna have that
You
kind of
got me.
can-do attitude, if
Yes,
something went
sir.
wrong, please try again.
Oh, sadness. Oh no, it says you're in here.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh, okay.
dun.
For real? Okay, good.
Yeah.
'Cause,
All right. We
yeah.
are in business. And it
Yay!
says the Discord audio is still not coming through. So let me see if I can fix that.
I
Discord.
bet you I'm just muted.
Oh, yep. There we go. There we go. All
Hello.
right. We're back. And I'll turn my beautiful camera back on once once we get back to the Elden Ring. But for now, let us watch this together.
And I can't see
Thank you, Court. Thank you.
all these like messages on my chat right now. I can't see any chat.
All these messages.
All right.
I
So are you
can't
ready?
see
Are you
any-
ready? I can press the button.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
I are
Here we
ready.
go,
I
everybody.
are
It's the
ready.
actual story trailer.
Peggy 16.
Oh
Whoa!
shit, Peggy
What
16.
in the world?
That
Do
scared
you
me.
have? That scared me as well.
Mikula the Kind spoke of the beginning. The seduction
What is?
and the betrayal.
What?
It's so juicy. Thank you for
Yeah.
farting, little crow witch.
An affair from which gold arose.
Yeah. What was the deal with the flesh?
Oh, nothing. Just a couple
And
towers of
so
it
too
making a
was
gate.
Shadow born. What followed was a war unseen.
Hey, I recognize those. Those are a pain in the butt to fight.
One that could never be put to song. A purge without grace or honor.
Wow.
The
This is
tyranny of
insane.
Messmer's flame.
It became known as Total Dick Move. Dang, he got 3 of them bad boys.
Yeah. They don't call him Mesmer the Impaler for nothing, I guess.
He really leans into it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so kindly Mikula would abandon everything. His golden flesh, his blinding strength, even his fate. But we are not deterred. We choose to follow. Will you walk with us?
I guess for a little while.
Yeah. At least for a little bit. We gotta see what you're about.
Alright, hold on. Do we have an epilogue? Oh man, I can't wait. I mean...
Man, if only. It's almost like it just got here, you know?
Right. Alright, there you go. Let me
Okay.
unshare
Let me
that
go
and
ahead and
whatnot.
start. Yeah, let me go ahead and start. All right, gang. Let me. Ugh. Yeah, look at that. Y'all like that wallpaper, don't you? I like it too. Okay, so let's this. Whoa. TikTok. I did not mean to open TikTok.
Oh boy.
Though I'm gonna have to revisit that TikTok because that looked like it was gonna be funny. That's actually hilarious. Accidentally sharing my TikTok is insane. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the sub.
We call those dodged bullets.
bullets dodged, indeed. Oh my goodness.
All
But
right.
yes.
So let's
So
unpack that trailer a little bit while you're loading up.
yeah, I was just about to say there's a lot to kind of discuss there. So was obviously that was Mikola in the beginning reaching into the fleshy flesh and
Wrong.
pulled out. No?
No.
Okay.
That
Well
was
then,
that was America.
that was America pulling out the strands of what? So hold on. What?
Right. That cutscene is a depiction of America's moment of ascension at the Divine Gate.
Interesting.
Apparently, when it was freshly constructed, and by constructed I mean apparently made out of a glued together pile of a bunch of people. Uh,
Yeah, a
so
lot of
key like
people.
so those are the things we know. It's America. It's the Divine Gate. It's the moment of her ascension. What we don't know. What the fuck was that gold string shit she pulled out of whatever the fuck that was? Yeah, why
Right.
does it need to be made out of meat? Apparently, people meat, right? All these sorts of questions. Uh,
Right.
and it's referred to as a seduction and betrayal. So the deal is that Mikola knows the truth of America's ascension. How he
Right.
come to know that truth is unclear, but I'm of the opinion that America just straight up told him. Hey, what up, Mr. K?
Okay.
How are you? Ah, man, it's
Nah, man, it's soy
soy-based
based.
people. Yeah, you wish, Mr. K. How are you,
Oh my
pal? It's been a
goodness.
while. I hope you are doing great. We got ads, unfortunately, in 2 minutes and a bunch of seconds. Just to let you know. But yeah. Wait, I reappeared outside the lands of shadow. I gotta go back in there. But anyway,
I was
yeah.
gonna
So we
say
we
I've
saw that, right?
opened my world again.
Oh, okay. I guess I. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what happened. I understand now.
So America pulled out golden strands from what though?
From what
From
indeed?
who?
Something inside some sort of shroud, and there's all kinds of questions about. Okay, well, what shrouded? Who was in there? What exactly are those gold threads, and why did all that let her become a god? You know. Tell you what
Maybe it's
though.
the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
I was gonna say maybe it's the previous. Maybe so. We pretty much agree that Marika had to usurp power, right?
Well, the necessity behind it, I guess, is in question, but that is what she did.
Okay. So we agree that she did indeed usurp power.
Right.
So is it possible that that is the god or I mean, dude, what if that's the greater will, is that what it's called? Um uh uh Whatever the two fingers defer to
Right, the
for
greater will.
judgment when they yeah, so what if that was the greater will manifest?
Well, I
King
mean,
Tron.
these
Oh,
are like the key
thank you for
questions.
that.
It's
Thank you, Melvin.
likely. Oh, thank you. Thank you for. You can't hear me on my stream? Oh, wait, on. Oh, no, never mind. I'm getting
On my
confused.
stream. Yeah,
There we
yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
All right, you tell you what, Captain. Ad break's
There we
imminent,
go. We
so
got you.
I'm gonna hit this ad break, and then we'll pick up what we were talking about. That is to say, America did usurp power, as a
Okay.
fact. So yeah, be right
Okay.
back.
Okay. I was just gonna say my world's open if you want to join.
Oh, I might as well do that, I guess.
We good now? Yeah, no problem. Thank you for letting me know, Melding son.
Wait,
How is
apparently
your
I was
Wednesday?
in ads. What the hell? My chat notifications are broken. All right,
So, well,
never mind.
huh.
So much for break.
So as we were discussing,
As we were saying. Uh, yeah, so America definitely usurped power, and it's very likely the object we see her reaching into is some sort of shroud containing, I guess, whoever was supposed to become a god.
either
Uh,
supposed to become a god or the acting god that she usurped godhood power from, or like I said, it could be the greater will made manifest. And the only reason I say that is because we were talking about before how when the two fingers like were like, oh yeah, we got to reach out to the greater will, see what the heck you do next. They just kind of don't. It doesn't seem like they're actually connecting to anything. So what if
Yeah.
it's just and even the people in the two fingers to somewhat seem like they might be like suspicious of Marika and all of that. So I'm just saying, like, what if that's what it is? Like, the gold strands are like, I don't know, like, do you have to be born an Empyrean?
All right, we're going to get into a little bit into the weeds there.
Okay.
But the golden stuff is like, yeah, you're pretty much right on. That's a way of saying it. It's the greater will, for lack of a better way to put it. Those golden strands seem to be related to the Elden Ring or are a part of the process of ascending to become the vessel of the Elden Ring, right?
Mm,
Now let's establish a little bit of timeline. So we know the first Elden Lord was Placidusax, the ancient dragon god, right? Or ancient dragon lord, rather. And we know
right.
that he had a god who is now fled, and we know very little else about, but that there was for sure a god and lord consort combo in Farum Azula, and we know it was the Elden Ring was at the center of it because it's depicted, you know. Uh,
Mm,
and then, for whatever reason, that god fled. Farum Azula was destroyed, and Placidusax kind of goes into almost a Two Fingers esque like stasis communication posture thing, and
mm,
then seals himself in Farum Azula in time. I guess to wait it out is seemingly the idea. And so we get this period of after the fall of the Elden Empire of Farum Azula, or whatever you want to call it. And so we have a period of time where there is no Elden Lord or active God in the moment, right? It's
mhm,
not exactly clear, like, say, where the Elden Ring goes during this period of time, but it's heavily
mhm,
implied that it could be the energy source that makes up the Crucible and
mm,
whatever the Crucible is. But we know the Crucible uh, comes into play with the rise of America because it's referred to as the primordial form of the Erd Tree, right? And
mhm.
well, the Golden Order treats the Erd Tree kind of like they treat America. They like their symbol and they like to be thought of as eternal. And so, okay, everybody knows for sure there was a time period before the Erd Tree. So, in that time period was the Crucible, and the energy that became the Erd Tree was the Crucible. So they're kind of retroactively saying, well, that means the Crucible was the primordial Erd Tree. So therefore, it was still the Erd Tree. It was just a primordial form. Which is true, but that suggests that there was no other way it could have turned out. And I'm of the opinion that, and especially in context with America being somebody who kind of jacked the God making process last second, that it could have
Mm,
went an entirely different way altogether. And it seems as though the people who inhabit the present day land of Shadow, who are known as the Horn Sent, were kind of the leading civilization at the time and were the people who were actively trying to create a new god and thus vessel for the Elden Ring, which was hitherto inaccessible thanks to whatever happened to Farum Azula. But yeah, so
okay.
these mysteries run deep, and the Land of Shadow here was sealed away by America basically to hide it all. Because, if you could just
Mm,
point at stuff in the Land of Shadow and go, America, you're not eternal. Look, there's the place where you became a god. It doesn't work. So she literally hid this entire realm from existence. And not
okay.
only that, you have to die to even be able to get here.
So people wouldn't with the ooh, maybe that's why she shattered the Well,
Well, it definitely
she.
means people who can't die thanks to her removing the rune of death can never get here and thus understand her secrets. We as
So
tarnished,
does that
we
mean that Mesmer is dead? Is everyone here dead?
it's possible she sent Mesmer here before she divided the realms. There's a little bit of question as to when exactly that took place, whether she divided the realms at the instant of her ascent, or if there was a period of time after her ascent, and then her later attacking and sealing away the lands of shadow. I'm in the latter camp. I think there was a period of time where America ascended to power. The lands between and lands of shadow were still continuous, and there was some degree of communication and cross cultural exchange going on before she ordered Mesmer to attack. And after he attacked and did his thing, I think then she sealed the land of shadow to ultimately obscure the place of her ascent and, well, the evidence of her genocide. And the bonus of sealing away her son Mesmer, who apparently has the abyssal serpent stuck inside him, and that freaks her out, so she doesn't want that around either.
I'll ask questions about that in a moment.
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
what?
welcome back, Yuki.
Thanks, Yuki. Yeah, we're kind of touching on everything sort of real quick right now, and like as we explore the lands between each area, will kind of allow us to unpack each of this stuff.
Okay.
So, but the gist of Mikola's motivation for being here is to essentially address his mother's past sins, atone for them somehow, and start a new dynasty with him as the vessel of the Elden Ring. And by golly, if he isn't going to do it all right this time. And he's going to do it with love, Captain, instead of violence like Marika did, even though that love is totally supernaturally compelled.
Yeah, so manipulation is what he's gonna
Yes.
do it
And
with.
so this is part of the questions we're being asked, by Miyazaki and FromSoft in what does it mean to be compelled by love if that love is something that you're being compelled to feel, you know? It's one thing to be compelled to do stuff for someone you love, but it's really weird to be compelled to love someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, and
Uh,
indeed, in the trailer, there was a great line that was mentioned that we heard an NPC speak. Uh, Mikola wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men, and like shrive is like a scraping clean kind of terminology. Uh,
mm,
and it's not, and it has violent connotation, right?
mm,
And the fact that Mikola wields love to do that, and there's, like I said, I've mentioned it before, but there's an item called the Bewitching Branch that's based on Mikola's powers and thought to be a creation of Mikola himself. That basically, if you poke something with it, it becomes your friend. And so you're
okay.
like, yeah, you're forcing somebody to you know,
Mind control,
it's it
manipulation.
it's mind it could be argued that it's mind control manipulation. And so here we are. Leda assumes that we are being compelled by Mikola to love him, which is cool because he's worth loving anyway, Captain. At least that's what it
Is
seems like.
he?
That's what it seems like everybody's telling themselves anyway. Us,
That's what it
though,
seems like they're telling us.
being the tarnished of no renown and the destined uh, uh, champion of the Erd Tree and wielder of the Elden Ring,
Yeah, look at me in
it's
all my glory.
yeah, it's a coincidence that we're here. In fact, it seems as if it's part of America's will that we're here in the appearance of being loyal to Mikola. So we're gonna take advantage of seeming like we're part of the squad going forward.
Makes me wonder if, everything that we're doing is all part of, America's some kind of part, some weird part of America's grand scheme, you
The only
know?
thing I'm sure about America is that she's the master of the long Kong.
You are getting
Ah!
beaten down, friend.
Hold on, my game volume's completely off. I think about it. Why? This guy's gonna kick our ass, by the way, Captain. I forget what you call these guys.
Is he gonna kick our butt?
He might. If I can't get my act together, he will.
Oh, when he hit me with that freaking thing from the foot, thank you for the $5 foot long. It made me think of Bob's Burgers.
Got him. All
When the dude, yeah, see, he wasn't doing nothing to
right,
us,
hold on.
man.
I
He
gotta figure
thought,
out why my game is quiet. I think I turned off the master volume for the oh, that's right. I did it in my sound mixer on Windows.
thank
There
you
we
for
go.
the $5 foot long, Yuki. Um, I did see the message. You said you think you're a tiny bit allergic to your deodorant because it makes you itch. Um, well, I hope that you're able to get some, new deo
I'm
that
allergic
doesn't.
to deodorants in general that same way because they contain like an aluminum or a magnesium ingredient. So I have to like specifically seek deodorants that do not have those metallic ingredients.
Mm, I did not. I didn't know that was a common allergy. I'm learning new things.
It's
I know I
actually,
had a friend.
it's an exposure thing too. You can be totally fine with it for 20 years, and then one day you'll use your deodorant and you'll be halfway through your day when you realize your armpits are swelling up and have weird blisters.
Mm,
It happened
that
to
does not
me.
sound. Yeah, that does not sound pleasant.
It was not.
I did get a curse blade mask drop. If you'd like me to
You
read the
did.
description.
I would love that. I wish I got that. Did I
All
get
right,
that?
so this
I didn't get
maybe I
that.
don't know.
No, I didn't.
Oh, all right. So this is a yo.
Are
What's
you
up, Mr.
lucky ducky? All right. Hey, Mr. Carrots.
I got weird luck. So this is a mask affixed with a crown of tangled thorns, tangled coins, worn by those who would invoke divinity. That is an interesting. Well, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Divine invocations heightens the dexterity of the wearer, but causes the blessing of the Ert tree to become nauseating. That's interesting. Reducing the restorative effect of drinking from a flask of sacred tears. Focus is also troubled by wearing this mask. So, this is interesting because horns, divinity, is
Uh-huh.
that, has that been.
Well, sure. We've heard that horns are an aspect of the crucible, and indeed that's why omens are shunned because the crucible is like not the thing in the Golden Order. It's the Erd Tree. So if you look like the past, you're denied grace, and so on and so forth. And
Mm,
so this is our kind of first like thread that we're putting together from the base game to the DLC is that okay, the Omen, they were mysterious, they were covered in horns, they were reviled by the Golden Order, and they're referred to as Omen. And we come to find out that there is an entire civilization, a whole like culture of people in this region who are known as the Horn Sent, who have horns, and their whole deal is about horns and how they're divine and all the rest. And they're all about invoking the divine, not
yeah.
just, like specifically calling out to it. So we'll remember that. But this is yeah, this is their territory, the Horn Scent, and that guy was
Yeah.
sort of like a hardcore religious monk.
Mm-hmm.
Think like Shaolin, but like maybe even more Buddhist in inclination. Well, I mean, Shaolin monks are Buddhist, but like with ascetic Buddhism. Are you familiar with ascetic Buddhism?
To a degree, not well enough to where I could be like, oh yeah, I know the ins and
Well,
outs,
well,
and
like most of us know Buddhism, right? Big golden
mhm,
statue guy. He's usually pretty weighty. He's smiling. He's achieved enlightenment. Is his whole deal. Uh, well, ascetic Buddhism is kind of a misnomer, but it refers to a period in the Buddha's life where he adopted an ascetic religious lifestyle, which is one of extreme scarcity. You barely wear any clothes. You live in the most modest shelter possible. You barely eat. You barely drink any water. Your whole daily
mhm,
existence is spent to religious devotion and meditation and such like that. And to the point
mhm,
where the Buddha, Siddhartha, as he was known, he was among the most extreme of the ascetics. Like he would eat a single grain of rice and it would last him a month or whatever, and so on and so forth. And there are depictions of the Buddha during this period of his life where it looks like a skeletal looking Buddha statue, but instead of being, rotund, he's skin and bones, like extreme skin and bones. And
Right.
and so like this is what's being referenced to some degree by these characters. Not that the Horn Cent are Buddhists, but more like they are uh, uh, that level of religious devotion, you know.
Okay.
And this
So
guy was also, they also do religious dance is a part of it, and he was fighting us with a extreme dance
with the
moves.
dance,
Yeah.
yeah. So which is funny because that's it. When he when he started fighting and was doing what he was doing to you, it made me think of the episode, the capoeira episode in Bob's Burgers. 'Cause I'm not even kidding with you. I just started when he flipped you. I just heard Brazil. I was
Brazil.
like, I'm just like, yeah.
Ponytail.
But yeah, exactly. You get it.
Yeah.
One thing though that does stand out to me about this description is that the blessing of the Erd tree is nauseating to them.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's always been the case, or if it's one of those like, well, this is a result of crap. This is a result of like kind of the bad blood, if you will,
Like being
between
cursed,
them.
or just
Yeah.
opposed to it.
Or if it's like there's something about the Erd tree that's not
The
natural per se, right? Because I mean that would go with your theory that you were talking about with where we're talking about like the Erd tree is only like a hologram or an image or something not natural. What we see is not the actual Erd tree, in other words. So like it just making my brain wonder things.
No, that's cool. Well, one of the things about the sap of the Erd tree, as it's talked about in the Shadowlands in particular, in reference to those descriptions of it being nauseating and such, there's even a description in an item we'll find later that talks about Lord Godfrey facing the first blessing of the sap or whatever, and stoically and without reaction managing to down some. So if you're familiar with doing it all, I think this stuff might have a little bit more in common with the water of life. You know what I mean? Than anything else.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
But anyway,
Interesting.
let's mosey. We are in the land of shadow. We can see the evidence of Mesmer's crusade. We also see gravestones all over the whole plain. They're all spectral
Holographic
in
grains,
nature.
those
Yeah, they're all ghostly.
like the Erd tree.
And yeah, and look, we can see, even though it's like nighttime and the veil is there, we can actually see the moon quite plainly.
Oh,
We
it's beautiful.
we can see a large pillar
Cool.
right there. That pillar's neat. We'll get there eventually. A large
Yeah,
jagged mountain. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I noticed that there are no divine towers.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm about to take a screenshot.
We will eventually run into the architectural style, but that pillar that you see there is definitely not the same type of architecture as the Divine Towers. And then, yeah, to the east we have a very jagged looking mountain. Swinging back over to the west, we have what appears to be a wall and a towering, shadowy building beyond it. And right here in front of us in the valley, as if inviting us to explore and become familiar with some stuff, is what looks like a little bit of a village or something.
Sorry, I had to take a picture.
That's
I was
okay.
looking too
No,
cool.
it's important. We gotta have the
Scenic moments,
memories.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day you'll be Elden Lord, and all this will just be memories.
Yeah, I'll have my memories of my adventures with my legendary Merlin. Let's go grab that map thing over
Oh,
there.
right. Yeah, it's important. Ooh, and also, if you see that blue light over to the east on the ground,
East.
more to the
Yes, I
southeast,
do
I
see
guess.
it. I do see it. I
Let's
do
make our
see
way
it.
that way after we grab the Mappo.
Macarooni.
Macaroony.
All right,
All
let's
right.
do this. Oh, I can ride my horse.
All right, what do we see? Bunch of
So if I pick this
gravestones.
up, it's a larval tier.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
I wonder what a larval tier would be doing over here. Also, why are these? Why was it glowing over here? And why are these graves a different glowy color than the other ones?
Well, let's see what we can glean from the item description, because it is actually a different form of the larval tier than the ones we're familiar with.
Okay. So an exceptionally rare creature that burgeons from spirit graves and lives only a fleeting existence, neither flesh nor spirit, but something in between. Material required by the amber egg, cradled by Renala, queen of the full moon, to birth people anew. Being born anew. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah, it
know what
goes
that
back
means.
into that. So yeah, let's have a good look at this guy, and we'll see what we can see about it, and then we'll find the other larval tiers in our inventory and look at that description.
I'm actually about to go look at that right now.
Yeah, I think where it'd be.
Do we have other larval
We
tiers?
should. In the Nocron and Noxtella.
Would be crafting material? No.
Uh,
Be key items, right?
might be.
Aha!
Yeah, they're key items. Oh,
They
cool. They're right
are
next to each
very
other too.
different. Oh. So like the regular larval tier, core of a creature of mimicry known as a silver tier, as much a substance as it is a living organism. And
Mm-hmm.
this is basically like a ghost. This is cool.
So,
Oh wow, I never paid attention to this.
yeah, so we're getting a lot of potential information out of this little relationship here. Thank you for putting lightning grease on a bagel and toasting it, Mr. Carrots. I hope it was delicious. Uh, so the new larval tier we found from the DLC is ghostly in appearance, right? And
Yeah.
what's interesting about what it looks like? What's the shape giving you, Captain?
Well, it's giving me baby, which kind
Fetus.
of makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense when you look at the larval tier, but
You know, we're talking
it's
larval, we're
more.
talking rebirth, but it definitely looks like this looks like human embryo kind of situation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Alrighty. And if we look
Wow.
at the silver version, core of a creature of mimicry known as a silver tear, as much substance as a living organism. Now we know these were crafted by the Nox, so it seems like the Nox actually pretty much succeeded in making a functional replacement for larval tears in the lands between. Now, this description specifically mentions spirit graves for the new one. What's something we never see in the base game?
Is it? Oh, yeah. Spirit graves.
Yeah, we
Okay.
never
I
see
was
them, right?
like,
So that would
okay, you were
imply,
meaning literally. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that would imply that it's impossible for for larval tears like this to occur in the lands between as we know it, which
Right.
we know to be a fact because we never encounter them there aside from the mimicry version as crafted by the Nox. Also, what's neat about the Nox one, also, besides the silver parts, there's a part that's not silver in the image.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
Looks kind of like an umbilical cord.
it's implied to be an umbilicus. Silver one is crying DLC.
So, yeah, that's really interesting.
So it seems that larval tears naturally occur on the plains here in the Shadowlands. And larval tears are apparently extremely important when it comes to birthing something.
Hmm.
So it's like these spirit graves seem to be part of the process of spirits returning to life because I guess a spirit gets cut free from its body, ends up here in the Shadowlands, eventually manifests as a
Process
spirit
of
grave. Yeah, and they
yeah,
kind of
reincarnation, because it's like, with the there's a saying in real life that goes with this, like, when someone passes, another person is born, kind of deal.
Mhm.
I feel like this is almost like literal representation of that, like with it literally being only being able to be found in the spot where there are spirit graves in the first place, right?
Yep. And so what we're
um
seeing is the, part of what must have been the original life cycle in the lands between before America sealed away the Shadowlands, sealed away the Rune of Death, and made only Erdtree burial the only way to be reborn through her order.
Right. Which lets you know something, by the way. I think that lets you know, like, the Erd Tree burial process, it can't be a complete process. Like, how do I put this? Mm, if we were, it doesn't make a complete circle, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Like, if this were like, the whole
Right.
recycling process, it's not fully operating the way that, like, whatever they had in place was operating.
Right.
There are a lot of clear problems we get from the Erdtree burial.
Well, what you're noticing is there's no output. There's only input. Like things seem to get fed to the Erdtree and really never come back out. Uh,
Right.
and although there is some things to suggest that perhaps the sap of the Erdtree, when being used to baptize newly born people, imbues them with, the soul and continuity or whatever of the person who, underwent Erdtree burial or whatever. But yeah, the whole reincarnation thing definitely seems like it doesn't quite work under America's system. It might indeed be why, the lands between is in the sorry state it's in.
Right.
Hey, here, let's move into this
State of
town
kind of like
here.
almost constant death and,
Well, it's
pestilence,
definitely
honestly.
fully decrepit, right? Like everybody's
Yeah.
still alive, sure, but they're mostly zombie-like. But let's notice the contrast here. These are not living people wandering around. These are actually just spirits. Ow!
Spirits that hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, spirits in the lands between hurt us too plenty, so that doesn't save us from any harm. But ain't none of them has their physical bodies anymore. These are black shades.
Hmm. So
Basically burnt
then,
spirits.
yeah, so for some reason they're not resting in peace. Now, is that because of this process here, or is that because of the whole, being cut off from the lands between?
I think it has more to do with the act of Mesmer's genocide itself in America's,
Oh, so like angry, hate, vengeful spirits kind of deal.
yeah,
Okay.
like
Since
they're tied to the land through their, through how they, met their end through it. Also, we have black fireflies. Did you find any black fireflies yet?
I did indeed.
Let's have a look at
I
that
also found
description.
a greater potentate's cookbook. Yeah, in just a second, as soon as I'm out of danger.
Oh, okay.
Trying to find my way up, because I know there's a way up. I can't remember how to get up, though.
Ugh. Ah, there's
Is
the
this-
cookbook. Yeah, well, let's rove around this
Okay, there we
area,
go.
then we'll take stock of what items we've discovered, and we can kind of contextualize it.
Okay, I made my way up. Whee!
Did you find the hefty
there.
cracked pot?
Not yet.
It's down there in the main driveway, I guess.
Okay. Oh, did I really just... Nope, there was a reason. What is this? A black firefly. Okay. Well, that was useful.
As if to say, Mesmer got here before you.
Yeah. Now, something else that I think is interesting. Oh! What was that? What the heck?
What happened?
Whoa! Hold on, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Oh, the dog is after you. I whipped the shit out of it. Anyway.
Oh, something else that I think is interesting is that and I mean, of course, this could just be a, like, well, it's the DLC, so it makes natural sense for it to progress this way. But I do think that it's interesting that the runes here, in this area give more, than the runes in the lands between. It just kind of almost feels like they're trying to say in their own way, like, things were more bountiful, you know.
Well, we
With how
are
it was,
literally
maybe.
close to the location of the crucible, so that could that observation could have merit. I found a door up here. Did you come up to this door?
No, I was still looking for the heavy pot.
Oh, it's down in the. It's just down
Ah,
in the opening
here we go.
there.
I
There you
found
are.
it. Okay, where are you at?
I'm up here.
Oh, okay. I can do this. Uh, uh. Okay, you're. How the heck did you get up there?
If you go, you got to go across the driveway there and into one of the buildings, and you can go up some stairs and then come across this bridge. But you got to start over here.
Across the driveway?
Yeah, yeah. You know the road here. See where I'm at now?
Ah, it's blocked. I forgot. Ah, darn it.
Here, I'll show you how I got up here. Where are you?
Please don't die. Ooh, thank God. Okay, so must be.
Where'd you get to?
Ooh, don't. I'm. Ah! I can do this. I have faith.
Oh, there you are. Hey, there's a much easier way about it.
Darn it. What's the easier way? No!
Follow me.
Okay. This is like the Sekiro tree all over again.
You still with me? All right.
I almost lost you. Hey.
And here we are.
Hey.
Yeah. Then we could just go right over here.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Open sesame! There's a treasure chest! Yippee!
Treasure. The Blade of Mercy.
Blade of Mercy. Let's take a look at that. It raises attack power after each critical hit. This is a thin blood-stained dagger, no longer fit for use. Raises attack power after each critical hit. Horn Scent employed this to honorably end the suffering of a compatriot. After claiming numerous lives, the dagger is now broken, but has acquired a spectral aura. Spectral aura, huh? That's interesting.
All right,
Okay,
so a
I'm
horn
jumping over
scent
you
tool. All right, so this was a horn scent settlement of some kind that was laid waste to by apparently Mesmer. I guess we might as well read the Black Firefly description.
Yes, let us. Fiery butterfly with black cinder wings. Material used for crafting. Flies in war-torn lands that have been scoured by Mesmer's flames. They burn in dark and slender ribbons of fire. So these can only show up in places that have been literally just drenched in Mesmer's flames.
Yep, and real quick, since we're looking at them, go to your crafting items menu and try to find the other butterfly items. The Smoldering, Aeonian, and Nascent. They should all be next to each other. They're near the Golden Centipede.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said go into my crafting. You didn't mean.
Oh, not actually crafting, just the materials inventory.
Okay, so
Are.
smoldering and eternally burning burning butterfly found near wildfires and elsewhere. Serves as the kindling for a number of items. The Aeonian butterfly, a butterfly with withered scarlet wings found in the swamp of Aeonia. According to myth, these butterflies were once the wings of the goddess of rot herself. The nascent butterfly, an arcane butterfly with translucent wings. This butterfly appears as if it's just emerged from its cocoon for its entire life.
All right, so we have 4 types of butterfly, including the black one, which all depict the children of America. 4 of them. We have, well, the nascent butterfly is related to Mikola. For its being eternal youth and cocoon. Those are the key factors there that relate it. The Aeonian butterfly is very clearly millennia. Like this one's
Okay.
just, there's no denying that one. Smoldering butterfly, it was a big mystery. Okay, who does this belong to? And it's the current assumption is that this one is for Melina. And this was basically confirmed by the fact that, because when people saw Mesmer in the DLC trailers, they were like, "Oh, the smoldering butterfly might be Mesmer's, not Melina." But then we get to the lands of Shadow and quickly find black fireflies, which are very clearly Mesmer's butterflies.
Mesmer's.
So yeah, this is a thing.
Interesting. I wonder if other things go along with this butterfly theme.
Well, and it also massively complicates shit because we know Melina and Mikola were born to Radigan in America after Radigan left Renala. But the way the timeline seems to shape up, it seems as if Radigan America had Mesmer even before Radigan married Renala. It gets a little complicated because of the timing of when Radigan was married to Renala and the interactions between Liurnia and Leandel during that time period. But it seems as if when the crusade was ordered, the Liurnian Leandel alliance was in full swing, and Liurnia even lent arms and aid to this crusade. Because we know about R'hllana now, right? The DLC boss R'hllana, who is actually Renala's sister. And I'm gonna mix up their names, but But anyway.
Yeah, they're very similar.
So let's see. Oh, before we go that way, let's
here.
go this way. There's one of the things about the DLC is that we're basically nerfed when we're here a little bit.
Yeah,
And
a lot of it.
Yeah,
a little bit.
and to remove that nerfing, we have to acquire certain items that are scattered around.
What are they? Scatter tree fragments?
Shadow tree fragments and spirit ashes. One is for physical attack and defense, and the other is for spirit summoning. I think your magic is like the only thing that's not affected. Like if we were spellcasters, I don't think.
Which neither of us are.
Yeah, well, I mean, I dabble. Also, check it out. There's some dudes here. Oh!
Yeah, the smithing stone. 3 on them.
Nice. And yeah, the DLC really throws smithing stone. He had smithing stone 4 for me. Which illustrates my point I was about to make, that the DLC throws all levels of smithing stone at you all the time in order to encourage you to upgrade all the new shit you find here, to experiment with it.
Yes.
But here we have looks like a church of some kind down here. How you doing, Rectobot?
And this, by the way, chat, this DLC is where my build is going to start to shine. Because there's a lot of arcane stuff in this DLC.
Oh,
so shit. I get to have fun. I get to start having fun and getting cool weapons. Getting cool new spells that actually do stuff.
Started raining. Good. Alright. So, yeah, we're seeing regular infantrymen that worked for Mesmer. That's who we're fighting now. There's a camp over here. Gems we'll be able to talk all kinds about much, much later. We won't bother looking at them for now. Also, my computer's like, hey, DLC has different system demands.
Hold up. Let's... Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, can't front on that. There we go.
Yeah, boy, I'm the king of rot. I got Mesmer soldier gauntlets. Listen, dude, my faith build, when I got Scarlet Aeonia, that move that freaking Melania does, bro, it changed my whole gameplay.
There's totally
carried
still a
me
guy right here.
literally. And he just sat there and watched his friends get killed.
Well, I mean,
Came
as
out
you
of
can
his
see,
misery.
they're really listless. You know, they suffer from kind of the same shit soldiers suffer from in the lands between, which is just like we've been standing here on this patrol for 300,000 years or whatever. We're kind of tired.
Come on, need to have we need to have some SpongeBob energy here.
It's true. All right, so there is a particularly powerful enemy here called a Black Knight.
Man, I don't care about no Black Knight. He
Okay.
can get these hands. He can get these hands here. These hands. A la mode. What's
Nice.
good with you? What's good? Okay.
Ah!
Oh, wait. Hold up, homie. And, oh, you smacked me in the face.
That's all right. I
Think
smack
that's
him in
enough
the
to deter
face.
me? Think that's enough to deter me? Huh? Eh? Yeah, how you like that? Huh? Oh, God! I just wanted to hit you
What happened?
with my
Oh,
sword! Oh, he's dead. No,
okay,
don't
good.
worry about it. I was playing with my food a little bit too much.
Yeah, that happens. Hey, thanks for lurking, Levin. So that guy we fought was a Black Knight, and we got his great hammer. And if you noticed, his attacks looked a lot like what Radigan do.
Yeah, you know what? I got his hammer. You'll want to look at that.
I do.
That black steel gray hammer. Yeah.
I want to
So
wield this
this is a weapon
sumbitch.
of the. This is a weapon. I mean, I can drop it if you.
Oh, I got
Oh,
one
okay.
too. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
I could dual
weapon
wield
of
it. No.
the black. Oh gosh.
I'm just
Weapon
kidding.
of the Black Knight, servants of Mesmer, the Impaler. Great hammer of black steel with decorative embellishments in gold. That's interesting.
It's pretty.
Um,
Reminds me of the ebony set from, the Elder Scrolls games.
I can agree. So here we have it's blessed with an air tree incantation. Further holy imbuement will amplify the effect and greatly increase the armament's power. And then guard counters cause a burst of power. So in these Shadowlands, his Mesmer's great. If there was any question in my mind, Mesmer's clearly not the greatest of guys.
Well, he, at best, was the unwilling instrument of a genocide, and at worst was the, willing participant in a genocide, right?
I was gonna say the way that he looked in those trailers, he didn't look unwilling to me.
Right. And and it gets a little complicated as to what Mesmer's ultimate motivations are, sure. But he was definitely leaning into the I'm the fucking scary guy who's here to fucking burn your shit down, fear me kind of deal, right? And we know
Yep.
it was at the behest of his mother, and whose statue we're at the foot of right now, and it has a particular feature, if you'll notice.
Headless.
It's headless, and there was a shadow tree fragment at its feet.
Yes.
As if put there
indubitably.
in worship. I say we have a look at that description.
Let's do it. All right, so this is a splinter of the shadow tree that contains golden brilliance, acquired at the Church of Marika and other places in the realm of shadow. Consume these at sites of grace to bolster your shadow tree blessing. The shadow tree blessing bolsters the bearer's ability to deal and negate damage, but has no influence outside the realm of shadow, which, for the record, signifies that the realm of shadow is its own kind of like it's governed by its own set of rules.
Right, we definitely that veil America put over it is definitely more than just a hey, you can't see what's behind here. It seems to be like a near total sequestration of the Shadowlands from the lands between. And to be clear, though, I'm in the camp that the Shadowlands were once contiguous with the lands between, even though the maps, if you were to technically put them together, don't quite line up properly.
Yeah.
I think this is the case based on the relative geography of the parts of the Shadowlands in relation to the lands between. but also because in an interview with Miyazaki when before the DLC came out, he was being asked questions about it and the setting and stuff, and he specifically used the term sundered to refer to the moment that Marika divided the Shadowlands from the lands between. And sundered literally means to smash apart, or to, to
Right.
take an original whole and split it, you know. So
Right.
that's
Okay.
that's where I land on that side of the theory world, but I'll try to support my conclusions as we go.
Okay, okay, definitely looking forward to it. So far, I'm kind of in the camp that you're in, from our conversations and evidence thus shown, while playing. It is said that when the shadow tree crumbles from its core, that it will scatter across the entire realm of shadow. The people of the Eric tree collect the splinters and use them in prayer. That's interesting. The
Well, the
people
people
of
of
the
the Erd
Eric
Tree.
tree.
Well,
Why
who
would
was
they
here?
collect the splinters?
Well, because it contains gold, which is their only connection left to America and the Erd Tree and the lands between, since they were cut off and isolated in the lands of shadow when it was split. And in their devotion to America, even to this day, they went around and they go and collect the golden shadow tree fragments and offer them in worship at churches that they built here too. Now, who the hell beheaded the statues is another question altogether.
I'd imagine the people that Mesmer was fighting, the natives to
Uh,
this land.
The Horn Cent are a prime suspect, seeing as how, they were genocided. Uh, Another prime suspect is, well, Mesmer's soldiers themselves. Perhaps they resented being made to do what they did and then being basically cut loose and said, good
Abandoned.
luck, Chuck. Yeah, as part of the process. So those are, at least, the two prime suspects I can think of anyway. But hold on, let's
Okay.
see what this bitch does.
I was also gonna say I would like to read the Shadow Realm rune description because it is an interesting description.
Yes, please.
It's golden remnants of the grace bestowed upon those who fell in the realm of shadow. The shadow tree is the shadow of the air tree, so we get that directly here. No wonder grace shines ever so brilliantly.
Nice.
So that's
So
pretty interesting.
yeah, that's good. So that means like the people specifically who were sent to to undertake this crusade were like the most blessed. So that's like kind of a great irony, right? Those most
Yeah, the
blessed by the
most.
Erd Tree are those who are basically most fucked over by it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got abuse all over it. There's almost nothing about what America does that's not abusive.
Yeah, no, definitely stinks of abuse. I can agree with you on that for sure.
All
All right,
right.
where to, oh Herald?
All right, we're gonna make our way westerly.
Downtown?
Yeah. We're gonna make our way
Western.
westerly from where we entered the lands between to make our way toward that shadowy tower we could see over the hills. We could take
Okay.
the road though. It's fine. And I miss
Isn't there
you.
something over here? Isn't there something over here?
There is. I don't know if it'll happen right now though. Let's find out.
Where is it?
I know of a NPC invasion that happens here, but I'm not. Ow!
Oh, hey,
There
he
he is. Oh wait, yeah, Logar the Beast Claw. Shit, he almost got me, man. Be careful. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, I'm coming. Oh, I unequipped my weapon and I just punched him. How you like that, you jerk? Oh, 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 oh! Torrent! Thanks, Captain.
Problem? Sucker!
No, you don't.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
you son of a bitch.
Get jumped, fool!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Logar the
this is
Beast
Elden Lord you're
Claw.
looking at.
Well, we
All
got his
right,
beast
let's take a
claw.
look at this. Beast Claw. Weapon in the form of a carnivorous beast's vicious claws, used to perform bestial slashing attacks uncanny to humankind. An imitation of the esoteric technique of the horned warriors. Those who carry this weapon wield it as though they have been possessed by savage beast. His skill, savage claws. Pounce like a beast to viciously slash into foe with left and right claws.
Okay, so for now, we're just gonna kind of try to remember that there are savage beast people who aren't horn sent out in the woods sometimes, and that they specifically emulate wild beasts in their ways, as if
Okay,
people trying
all
to
right.
be like beasts. He killed Torrent real good for me though.
Yeah, he murdered the heck out of your torrent.
I was
I
like,
got
wait.
off a torrent for that reason. I was like, yeah, nah. I remember this dude. I know he don't play. Okay,
All
so
right.
westward.
So yeah,
Hey
that
ho,
guy, that the
Sula!
whole deal with that guy. But I guess I'll preview. I'll give you a little teaser about what his deal is. That guy's totally related to Godfrey.
Interesting. How do you know that?
Or more specifically, Horalu, I guess. And I'll get into how I know that as we encounter more of what his deal is.
This where we're headed?
Uh-huh. In fact, there should be a cross. Oh, wait, no, we're not going. Oh,
Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
uh,
Sean, is that what we're dealing with, or are we
nah,
running
we're gonna
away?
ignore the birds. We're trying to
Okay.
find
I'm good with that.
a cross. Where is it? I mean, it's the biggest, most obvious one. I think it's probably just over this ridge here.
Are you looking for... Oh, boy.
Oh, there's the gate.
Do you
Okay, yeah,
see...
there it is. Don't worry, we
Okay.
won't get close enough to that furnace golem. By the way, that's a furnace golem, a leftover from Mesmer's crusade. Not only is it a fabulous engine of war, it's also a terror weapon. They mount upon them the appearance of the fell god in mockery. And guess what it looks like? It looks like a face, but it looks like the sun. But it looks kind of like a, a a sun made out of horns instead of, flames,
Okay.
But it's meant to be a depiction of the fell god for sure.
Yes,
And
we will.
we can actually get a peek at it from here if you break out with your
What's
telescope.
up?
Oh.
You know what time it is. If your phone's on downtime, that means it's bedtime. Okay. Where's the cross you were looking for?
Huh? Oh, where you at? Oh, it's just a little bit further down the line. But I was just having a peek at that furnace golem with my telescope.
With your handy dandy telescope.
Uh-huh. And hanging out of its side, you can actually see a ancient dragon's head poking out of the basket. But it's hard to get a look at the front of him because he's, well, turned away. He might turn around right now, though. Oh, here he comes, yeah. Let's have a look at his face. It looks
This is like the Elden Ring Discovery Channel.
yeah. And so we observe the furnace golem in its natural habitat,
Oh,
fucking shit
there
up
is a
in the
dragon
land of
head.
shadow. Yeah, you can see it sticking out of the side there, and all kinds of other bodies that are apparently heaped in there. Uh, and
Also, sorry,
go for
do
it.
you think those masks on its legs are supposed to represent fire giants?
100%. Yes, this whole thing is made to mock the fell god and those who worship it. And it's curious though, right? Okay, so they employed them against the horn scent, which implies that the horn scent must have been into the fell god to some degree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, all right, we can move on now.
Why would they feel the need to, mock it if, she was here the whole time?
Well,
Or
like
she's
if
eternal?
when you're like going to attack an enemy, you're going to want to crush their morale in any way, including making fun of their beliefs.
Well, I get that. I'm just saying it just further drives home the point, though, that what Marika is trying to pass off as the truth isn't actually the whole truth.
Oh, for
Found a
sure.
scattered tree a
What?
shattered tree fragment,
Wait,
and
for me, is she standing alive for you? Or is she on the
she's
ground?
down on the ground.
Can you talk to her?
Yep.
Oh, she's up. Jesus Christ, you scared us. We thought you were dead.
Ah, Lady Leda spoke
So
of you.
Freya once
You're that
fought
tarnished,
alongside General
guided here
Radahn.
by kindly Mikkel.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a red mane.
Weren't we all? I am Freya. I once fought alongside General
Our
Radahn.
little friend.
In battle, you can be sure I'll hold my own. Oh, another thing. Did you speak to our dour little friend?
I don't
If you've yet to do
see any
so,
friends. I
have
just
him
see
give
her.
you a
Do you
map
see
of the
other
cross's
NPCs?
whereabouts.
Alright,
You'll see
Horn
more
Scent's
been
supposed to be
dotted
here
about these
too.
lands.
The
They
Horn
are
Scent
Mikkel
known
the
as Horn
Kind's
Scent.
footprints.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, here he is. He's laying on the ground too. Let me try talking to him. Watch this.
Fie.
Huzzah!
Eh,
Treading the heels of
he
Nicola.
sprung up.
Then, as that woman would surely say,
Ooh, that's a
we
fun
have in
bug.
purposes well aligned, but understand.
Oh, I got an ad
Your
starting
time
soon.
will
I'm gonna use
not
the
be
bathroom
many.
and stuff,
The
Captain.
Earth Tree is my people's
All right.
enemy.
Feel free to
do
exhaust
their
dialogue and
Others
stuff,
been
yeah.
long betrayed.
Yeah.
Set aflame. I believe Michaela's apologies when he says our delivery will come, but never will I see your kind as worthy.
Mm.
Actually, I'm gonna leave it here. I'll be right back, gang.
So interesting. So this guy, a guy that clearly, follows Mikola and, Mikola's, I guess, teachings, if you will, he considers Marika an enemy. Like vehemently so, clearly. Also interesting, we can see horns coming out of his mask. His face is wrapped up. What it's wrapped in, I have no idea. Do I have music on, Cap? I believe music should be. Are you talking about like music from the game or like music like outside of that? Because that could be, if you're talking about music outside of the game, it's probably my daughter's TV show and or game going probably like picking up in my mic. But yeah, it's showing the Elden Ring audio is coming through. I can turn it up in case it's a little bit quiet. But yeah, very interesting. This is. I was just making sure it wasn't me. Oh, okay, I got you. But yeah, very interesting that this guy here, a follower of Mikola, would be so, obviously vehemently against Marika, Mikola's, mother. And then even more interesting that we have a red mane soldier here. And I say that is so interesting because Millennia, like Millennia is Mikola's sister, and Millennia went to go fight Radahn. So what is she doing here? Is she here? Did Radahn, and like apparently she was like one of Radahn's like closest and most trusted generals. So her being here, is that because Radahn sent her here? Does she have some personal vested interest in Mikola? Like a lot of questions. If she does, then why? Is it something that was worth leaving her, her liege for, basically? Very, very curious. Let's talk to her again. Okay, we already got all of that. Okay. Let's touch the cross. Carved words coalesce. I abandon here. In about 30 seconds, we're going to get an ad, by the way, guys. But I abandon here the first of the flesh of my body. I can't wait for Tron to get back because I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. I mean, like, obviously, he's abandoned. I wonder if old dude has something to say about it.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alrighty. So yeah, I was overhearing your musings. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Here's two people who have no business working with Michaela, right?
Right.
Uh,
Right.
and they both cited, or Lee Hornsent gets a little specific, saying like, "Yeah, America's full of shit. She fucking sucks." But McKellar here, I guess he's gonna say he's gonna do something about it. But that's still, while that's all good and everything, I'm still not going to be friendly with Erdtree people after this is all said and done and all that jazz, right?
Right.
And so,
Right.
and then of course we have Freya up here, who you found out is formerly a prominent Redmayne, who was apparently touched by the Scarlet Rot as part of the battle in Aeonia, and was later healed of it, or at least the advancement of it was halted by Mikola the Kind, and this is what inspired her to join with Mikola. Now, how that interaction exactly went down is a little unclear to me in the moment. I'll try to remember how. I mean, they get into it, I guess, but and it just shows the power. Or did you find the Blood Burgeon item?
I don't think I did.
It's right here where I'm standing.
Oh yeah, the Empyrean Blood Virgin.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second too. Want to make sure you had it. Uh, but yeah, we see the wide range of people that Mikola can compel allegiance from, such as a former Redmayne and somebody who should, whose entire people were freaking genocided by the psychotic betrayal of Landell, and
Now,
indeed we'll find out that more people were caught up in Mikola's compulsion to cause affection.
so how many of these folks are we absolutely sure have been compelled by Mikola's ability?
Well, we don't know for sure any of them. Okay, so here's how it works. We know for, like, even these people understand that this is a thing with Mikola, even when they're under the effect of it. That's almost what's so insidious about it, is because they're like, yeah, we know Mikola has this ability, but nah, I think I'm genuinely following him. And we'll see what happens later once Mikola finally relinquishes his ability to do this through his Great Rune, and the effect
Mhm.
it has on his cadre here. But yeah, let's the words associated with this cross, which is clearly Christian imagery that's being used as inspiration for a lot of this.
Mhm.
You want to
I
read it?
abandoned here first the flesh of my body.
The first of the flesh of my body. So yeah, it seems like Mikola is relinquishing himself bit by bit, and these crosses seem to manifest wherever that happened. And we found a shadow tree fragment as part of that. I guess we could spend our fragments now if you haven't already.
Yeah, I just thought about that. So then the question becomes this: when we're talking about him making these, or giving pieces of himself or abandoning, so
Oh, hold on, you broke up, Captain.
did he literally abandon his flesh here, or is it a metaphor for first? Hold on, the first of the flesh of my body. So could he be talking about a child?
Oh no,
Did Mikola have any children?
no, he's the first of the flesh of my body, and no, it's literally a piece of him somehow.
Mm.
And
That's
this becomes clear as we discover more crosses. But yeah, right, this is an actual piece of the guy. I had a little bit of an internet hiccup.
want to fight. But this is the correct mindset, exploring connections. Okay. Well, you know. You,
Are
you
we
done got
back?
my brain working, buddy.
Are we
Hey, welcome
back?
back. Yes, you are
I
back.
think I'm back.
I hear you. Can you hear
Wow.
me?
All right. Am I actually streaming still though?
I do not know. I don't think you are because
No,
I
I
can't
am.
see. Oh,
My
you are.
I yeah, my it survived disconnect and everything. I was like about to go restart my router.
Oh, wow.
Then I looked
Wow.
over,
All
I was
right.
like, "Oh, wait. Okay. All right. Well,
Let
back
me
at
send you
it.
another knock there, buddy.
Yay. Thanks.
Knocking on Tron's door.
Thanks, Captain."
Yeah. Of course, man. Of course.
All
Of course. Take
right.
that
So
share
yeah,
chat again.
all cool stuff though that we were touching on, and before I disappeared, let me
My
reappear. Now that
world's
I'm
open,
thinking
by the
about
way.
it, yeah. um, we were talking about Mikola's deal in some way or another.
Yeah, basically, like I was asking, like how many. Well, you were saying that we don't really know how many people are really truly following
Oh, right.
Mikola.
Who are true believers versus like just being compelled? Well, let's take the most extreme examples. First of all, well, we know Knight Letta, who we met in Moog's chamber before coming here, right?
Hmm.
She's probably the truest of the true believers. Like, who would be follower of Mikola even without his compelling love ability, uh, because well, she's a knight of his order. She would do that for somebody who didn't have that ability, right? So that's a clear case. And so here we have the other side of the spectrum, Mr. Hornsent, who won't even tell us his actual name. We're not even good enough for that. He's just, no, I'm
Right.
Hornsent. That's good enough for you. They also use an Irish accent for the Hornsent in the game, which is something to
Interesting.
consider, because then it invites the comparison to certain parts of Irish culture and history, in particular Celtic, and the relationship of English conquest and so forth. But anyway, Hornsent here is definitely an example of a guy like this guy has to be under the control of Mikola's power, like, and not like actually down. Is
Hmm.
kind of, and Freya here is sort of an in between. She's got the honor of a knight or whatever, and she's ultimately part of the Erdtree faithful, being with Radon despite the results of the shattering. So she could be convinced to work with Mikola. It's Radon's half brother after all. Why not? So
Right.
and so like we have our suspicions, one way or the other. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
guess another question that I'd like to explore as we continue exploring,
oh, of course.
something I'd like to think about, is whether or not Mesmer and Mikola are on the same side.
Ooh. Well,
Because I feel like there are things that suggest that they might not necessarily be.
yeah, I would say strictly speaking, no, because currently Mikola is working to undermine Marika's order by taking over her spot as god. And Mesmer, I suppose, probably wouldn't be into that.
Hmm. Yeah,
Anyway,
we'll see. He says some interesting things when we come across him,
but
but
check it out, by
that's
the way. Look at this structure we're about to enter. This seems really neat, right?
it is very interesting. I
It
was kind of looking at it before. It does have the lion imagery I was referring to on it, which
mhm.
got my brain started on that whole process.
Now, it's completely possible the Hornsec culture had a consistent contact with Faramazula prior to Faramazula's fall, just like the culture of Leyendell must have, and Stormvale, etc. And that could explain the cultural cross pollination of lion motifs. As a matter of fact, we know for a fact that that's how it happened for Leyendell in the Golden Lineage. Godfrey uses the lion as his symbol because it was the symbol of Siraj, who he defeated, and through taking him as his regent instead of just outright annihilating Siraj, he legitimizes his rise to power as in doing so. So it's one of those sorts of deals, right? And it's possible Hornsent culture had some other contact with Farum Azula and hence beast and lion imagery. But we're going to learn a ton about how the Hornsent revere beasts and do something called divine invocation, utilizing the energies of the crucible and the beasts. But yeah, it also takes an extremely powerful civilization to achieve this level of colossal architecture, which is second only to Leyendell itself, and indeed perhaps tunneling through this entire mountain in order to build it.
Not to mention these spiral columns that I feel like was the first time we've ever seen.
This is true. good eye there, Captain. I was hoping you'd mention the spiral columns. These are inspired by columns in the real world known as Solomonic.
Oh.
Whoa, you okay? Oh, we're being attacked. That are known as Solomonic columns. They are columns that were inspired by what certain people in the Eastern Holy Roman Empire after the fall of Rome, the Byzantine Empire, thought the columns of Solomon's original temple must have looked like. So that's their real world inspiration. It turns out the columns of the original Solomon temple did not look like this, though. So some people think that this might be telling a story, you know, an inspiration that these people were, you know, inspired by something and were trying to replicate it even though they really didn't know what it was, kind of a thing. But the spiral is an extremely important motif in the game at large and in particular to the horn scent.
Okay.
Just thinning the herd a little bit. And so now we're approaching the main horn scent capital of Belurat.
Man, we skipped over a good bit of stuff, but
Not really. I mean,
there's
there's
a whole boss guy that we could have fought.
Oh,
back
you mean
there.
that? Well, don't worry. We'll tackle the mausoleums in turn. I'm trying to keep kind of a narrative continuity through our travels here, you know.
I gotcha.
Oh, this guy had extra runes. But nah, as a matter of fact, I was planning on going back to that after establishing our next cross here. Like, I wasn't going to take us into Belurat just yet.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh man, we're heading like straight forward.
Nope. I was just saying, here's Belurat, capital of the Horn Scent civilization. Currently in ruin, victimized like everything else here by Mesmer's crusade. Oh yeah, we still got
another one of those. Yep, I was about to say the Virgin.
Yeah, we got to read that
I abandoned
description.
here a part of the flesh of my body. So not the first, but a part.
Which indicates that I guess he came here next.
So the Empyrean Blood Virgin, a young shoot heavy with Empyrean blood, exceedingly rare to find, said to burgeon forth from where the golden blood of Mikola, the wounded Empyrean, pooled. So what wounded him? How was he wounded?
He's wounding himself. I abandon here a part of my body. Also, let's wake up the NPCs. Hey, love that shit.
Ansbach.
Yeah, this is Knight Ansbach.
You
He's
must be
cool
the
as fuck.
tarnished. I am Ansbach, formerly in service to Lord Moog, but now, like you, another soul guided by kindly Mikola. I'm hardly the steady hand I once was. My fighting days are far behind me, which is why I have chosen to dedicate myself to investigation, to discern tender Mikola's ultimate purpose.
So
I'd
he
rather not
used to
volunteer
serve
service
Lord,
to a new
Moog,
master unless I know
and
that I can be of use.
basically now he's kind of in Mikola's service from what he's saying. But he's, instead of fighting, he's investigating because he wants to know what Mikola's true intentions are.
Yep. This guy is high in the running for my favorite character in the whole game. Ansbach. He's really cool. He refers to us, he's extremely polite. He's a knight through and through. And he is also highly suspect of being somebody who isn't necessarily true to Mikola's cause, right? Because, I mean, you know, the whole thing with Moog and Mikola and whatnot. But, yeah, let's see what else he has to say.
I spoke to him again, and he was saying there are 6 other crosses.
I presume you too
The other
are keen to know
gravestones, specifically.
just what kind Mikola is doing here.
And then he also was saying that I must, I don't know. It feels like he's on to the fact that we're not
If you
like
discover any more cross, be certain to tell me. I
the way
presume
he
you
talks
just what
suggests
kind
that he's not fully aligned with Mikola, and he doesn't think that we are either.
Right. He seems to have a much more pragmatic outlook. Like he is accepting the possibilities, basically.
Right.
One more NPC right here who's real cool. He's a fan favorite, and he's hanging out right here.
Hello there.
His name is
Together,
Moore.
we work together for Mikola the Kind. Many things we have found.
Oh, he's a merchant.
Yep, he does provisions for the group here. He has pickled things.
He has a sealed spirit springs note. Oh, that's just for.
Yeah,
never mind, I
break the
thought it was gonna
rocks
be
makes
lore
this.
stuff.
Yeah, it's not too important really.
What's up, Mirage?
Hey, Miraju, welcome in. So yeah, he's got a little pickle jar there.